And here we go, our starting lineup. In pole position is Poketer. Beside him is Bees. Second row and third is Helton. In fourth, Pin in the 24 Hydro-Quebec car. Oh, I'm pressing... There we go. Behind them is TG inside of Aquatic. Behind them is Elite inside of Marshall. Then you have Knight Rider Ace on the inside of Beefy. Behind them, Firestar Rocks on the inside of Alex Ridian. And in the shotgun positions, you have Sideswipe and Bruce. Star Fox 230 in the 23 JD Barnes car. Okay, that was the worst Arnold impersonation I've ever heard. I don't know if you heard that.
I did not.
Oh my god. And the cars are ready to go on their one pace lap here. The race is about to start here. Now this is gonna be a beat and bang 'em track, man. We saw Beefy the first outlap before anyone else came around hit the outside wall. So, and there we go. Green.
Oh, wow, he pulled away real quick.
There we go, and we already have a few people splitting off for the pack here. Poketer leads Helton and Bees, TG trailing right behind them. And there's the gap right now. Everyone's sort of split into single file except for the back of the pack here, which is actually still pretty bunched up. Marshall has dropped all the way to second last with Beefy. They were on the high line as they just got absolutely passed by on the low side. Poketer off to an explosive start. So yeah, we've already had the leaders pull far away from the rest of the group here. We got Poketer, Helton, Bees in the first group. We have TG and Pin in a slight satellite group outside the leaders, and beyond that, I'll show you here. We have Elite, Knight Rider Ace, Firestar Rocks in another group, and it keeps going further and further back there. Health Insurance in the 18 Nerds car passing by right there is our points leader, the winner of the Daytona 125, our inaugural race last week. Bees, who finished third in that race right behind him. And Poketer had a respectable finish. It was somewhere in the mid-pack. Definitely not the best start to the season as you could hope for, and man, is he coming out in a big way here in this second race at Bristol. Meanwhile, further back in the pack, Knight Rider Ace is still trailing Elite in this pack of three here. Sideswipe desperately trying to hang on. Alex Ridian and Aquatic behind them. This race is 125 laps long. We are looking for, I believe it's around 4 pit stops to complete the whole thing. $125. It's a half-mile long track. Yeah, one big surprise right now is Maestro, who's in second last right now. He came second in the Daytona 125 race, and he was definitely hoping to do much better than he is right now. He's the only Ford in the field. Right now, Beefy is trailing behind him after... Beefy had the third fastest lap in practice, so it's very sad to see him so far back right now. Hopefully a good pit stop can bring him back in the game, and... as you know, Helton, Bristol is a very, very short track. It's one of the shortest tracks we run here. Martinsville being the only one to rival it. And you can very easily go a lap down here if your setup is slightly wrong and you are losing all those tenths of seconds on these corners. Well, meanwhile, the leader is just driving at like Mach 10 here. Distance increasing, like, on this camera angle, Poketer's just by himself right now. And it can be very hard to pass here as well. It seems that right now the groove to be in right now is the bottom groove. And if you've got to persuade the person in front of you to let you by, well, you know, things can happen. Yeah, for sure. Everyone's got buddies. And weirdly enough, it's such a weird soup of manufacturers in these groups. We've got a Pontiac, a Dodge, and a Chevrolet in this pack. Let me find another pack here. Our lead pack here is, I believe that's a Dodge, a Chevrolet, and a Pontiac. So, Dodge, a Chevrolet, and 3 Pontiacs here. TG and Pinpin are doing their best to try and stay on the lead lap, but look at that gap there between them and Bees. They are very quickly slipping away here, but TG and Dominic, it's great to see them in the top 5 right now, since they were our only fatalities at Daytona. TG was out with a gearbox issue, and Pinpin, I believe, had a blown valve, so they were last and second last in the race, so they're looking for a very good finish here to keep themselves in the points for the season, because we're running a 20-race season, I believe, or maybe less than 20. So it's all about getting those points as much as you can and having that consistency. There we go. Wow, a pass being made there. Pinpin on the inside of TG, and once you're stranded up on the high side here at Bristol, we saw what happened to Marshall and Beefy early on in the race, and it just doesn't look like there's any grip or speed up there on the second line as Pinpin takes 4th place. Meanwhile, further ahead, Poketer continues his dominance so far. Helton and Bees still within spitting distance, but Poketer's the one to be right now. Looking back further in the pack, we have a pretty good duel happening between the lead groups. The 2 back groups here have caught up with one another, and now we've got a pretty decently sized train here. That Sideswipe in the 7 leading Aquatic, leading Alex, leading Star Fox 230, leading Marshall, leading Beefy. And if we can get a quick view here of the complete racetrack, there you go. You can see where the leader is, Poketer, exiting turn 2 there at the top of your screen. The end group just passing the start-finish line at the bottom, going into turn 1. And you can see there that Poketer is hunting them down. We have a pass here between Firestar Rocks and Elite. Firestar Rocks will take the position. Yeah, for sure. That'll slow down Poketer and perhaps give Helton and Bees an opportunity to start vying for the lead here. They're currently lap 30 of 125 already. So in 10 laps or so, we should see our first round of pit stops. Depending on the strategies used by everybody here. So there's Poketer, our leader. There's Dominic and TG. Dominic is pulling away from TG. Knight Rider Race trying to pursue them with Firestar Rocks and Elite. And here's the sideswipe line. Beefy trailing behind. Helton's still in the camera frame here. He hasn't lost him yet. Here's that backpack. The 21 of Alex Ridian is who we're focusing on right now. Sideswipe leading them into turn 3. And not a lot of passing going on right now. And I'm looking right now at the camera angle of Poketer. And look who you see barely in frame. Oh, just passing. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. It's all Poketer all the time. I don't know what stats he did, but whatever they were the correct numbers. He's just motoring ahead of everyone. Well, we got some action happening in the lap markers as Alex takes a high line. Bruce is going low. Doesn't complete the pass. Marshall stranded on the outside. He could go to last here if Beefy has some good speed off of the bottom. Marshall desperately trying to go low, but Beefy is there, and Marshall will go to our shotgun position as look who is behind them. And we just started lap 40. It's been an all Poketer race so far. And things are about to get very exciting as Poketer is about to get into some lap traffic here. And we have someone in the pits. That is Elite entering the pits early, it looks like. And Poketer's in the pits as well. Oh, all our leaders are going into the pits. We got pit stops going on right now. The question is, who isn't pitting? We have our lead group here. It's the back group here, led by Sideswipe. They're staying out as the leaders are currently pitting, and because of how Bristol is in NASCAR Racing 2003 season, you have to use the whole pit lane. You can't just go into your half of the pits because there's pit stalls on either parts of the raceway, on the backstretch and the front stretch. There we go. Let's go side by side here as we see our leaders going off. Everyone's on the pit road, so whoever has the best pit crew right now will be the first one off. And Bees is already on the left side tires. Poketer is on, and Helton's gonna be your leader. On the left is the group of cars who stayed out a lap or two more. They were mostly in our back group there. Alex Ridian is out of the pits. I'm sure it's getting a little wiggly off of two there. And here comes Beefy, Sideswipe off of that, and there goes Aquatic after a really long pit stop. We're going to focus on Helton for now until we get... Oh my god, as he runs into Beefy coming out of the pit lane. Oof. You do not want to see that. We're going to focus on Helton right now, who I believe is a race leader, as we try to get sorted out who's in first. So it's showing me here that, off that pit road, that Pin Dominic is in second now. We have, it's showing Dominic in second, and then TG's in third. The 91 of Firestar Rocks in fourth. That's not Knight, 71.
What happened to Poketer?
What happened to Poketer? Is it showing me here he's in 11th, 14 seconds behind. He had a terrible pit stop. Whatever happened to him?
Oh,
what?
He had a pit mistake.
If he had a pit mistake and he's put him all the way behind, even the lap leaders, that'd be devastating after completely dominating this early run. That's kind of what you get when you put 0 and 0 as your pit crew stats. Just saying there, Jeff. As Helton is your race leader here, and TG is in second place. Or no, Dominic is in second place, posted as 0.8 seconds behind. Yeah, there it is. So here's Dominic in second place, TG in third. So I believe that means it's showing me here that the 05 and the 14 are one lap down. Ugh. So Marshall and Aquatic are one lap down already at Bristol, which could see their, which could be their race done. We'll see if Marshall can get driven up here, but he has not been having a great start of the race. And right now, like, Marshall is currently holding up second place of Aquatic and, Pin and TG right now. Aquatic is behind there. It's currently showing me that Aquatic number 14 is a lap down. I think I said that. Not a great race for them. But much like how he led Daytona, once again he's leading Bristol.
Gotta get them leader points.
Gotta get them leader points, man. Is there a single event I host that you won't do well at?
There's been a couple.
Yeah, so we're looking at our lead group here. It's showing me that Beefy is now a lap down after Helton just passed him. The ones he doesn't show up for.
Oof. No, I didn't do very well in Mario Paint.
Yeah, that was a very out-of-the-box one. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, another event I host is Fight Pit, where all my friends sign up for a mystery game tournament. They have no idea what the heck they're gonna do until the event starts, and one of the events was they had to follow along using Mario Paint, and they had to make a Bob Ross landscape nature scene by following along with like an episode of The Joy of Painting. It was a riot. I believe Lots of Rice won that. I'm sad that Lots of Rice isn't participating in this racing league.
Looks like Beefy's giving me some space there.
Yeah, Beefy's...
Pretty alt back.
Yeah, like no lap traffic. Well, meanwhile, second on back has to contend with everything here. Bruce is going to be your next victim here to put a lap down. I'm just scanning over the rest of the racetrack right now. Let's follow Poketer, as his fall from grace has led him all the way back in 11th. He's last, or that's not, sorry, wrong number. He's in 8th right now. All the way back after dominating the race right now. He's fighting Knight Rider Ace for 7th. And that's got to be very frustrating. You have one of the best, you have the best car on the field. You were fastest in practice, you have the best qualifying time, and it's all lost on pit road. Let's go once again to our overhead cam. And that big group there coming into the backstretch at the top of your screen, that is our second group. That car just ahead of Beefy, entering the front stretch right now on the start-finish line right now. That is Helton, our first place leader, and he's chasing down Star Fox 230 in front of him. And Poketer coming off of turn 4 on the start-finish line now. That's Poketer and Knight Rider Ace. And Poketer needs to get by Knight if he wants to get back in this race.
He's got a fast enough car. If there wasn't lap traffic in his way, he would catch up.
There at the interval now, Helton 2.2 seconds ahead. Here we go, we're already on lap 67. So we are halfway done this race. Your current standings: in first place is Helton. In second place is Pinpin, 1.8 seconds behind. TG is behind them, 2.8 seconds behind. In fourth is the 39 of Bees, 4.3 seconds behind. The 91 of Firestar Rocks in fifth. The 71 of Elite in sixth. The 51 of Knight Rider Ace in 7th. The 87 of Poketer in 8th. Still desperately trying to pass Knight Rider Ace and get back into this thing. He's the fastest car on the field. In 9th is the number 7 of Sideswipe. In 10th is the 21 of Alex Ridian. In 11th is the 23 of Star Fox 230. In 12th is the 69 of Bees, 69 of Beefy, sorry, 1 lap down. In 13th is Aquatic, 1 lap down. And in last is the 05 of Marshall, also 1 lap down. No, none yet. Knock on wood on that one. And here we go. So now Helton, a break here for the group behind the leader here, as Helton is running into lap traffic of Star Fox. And Bruce is not giving up that lower line. And look how much ground Beefy and Co. have made up. Let's go picture in picture here. Reverse the rules. There we go. So our leader on the left, our second place group on the right, following the 24 of Pinpin, who's currently in second. If he can get by Beefy and catch up to Helton, we have a race. As far as I believe that was Aquatic, 2G goes on the right side, lets him as the inside. Let me quickly check right now. Aquatic still 1 lap down there. Yeah, it's every 40 laps or so. It might be a tiny bit more than that. It's real soon, that's for sure. And there we go. So Beefy is already closed in. It looks like he's going to try his hard. Oh, Beefy into the outside wall. Aquatic checks up. Once again, we saw Beefy had that trouble in practice, and it looks like that hasn't been fully resolved now as he gets back in line. That could have been a lot worse. Helton looking high on Star Fox, desperately trying to get around Star Fox as Helton looks in his rearview mirror and he sees the 24. My oh my, what a race so far. Oh, my laptop's acting up. There we go. There we go, and I believe that's Bees entering pit lane. Firestar Rocks is also on pit lane alongside Alex Ridian. Elite is just exiting pit lane right now. Oh my goodness! Oh, what happened? And he goes up in a phone, he goes up in an aquatic! What is happening? Is there a caution? There's not a caution. Hold on up. Okay, we're going to replay on that nonsense. That's a devastating, oh man. As Pinpin was chasing down the leaders. Our leader Helton is on pit lane right now. So we'll go picture in picture here. There we go. So we have our leaders currently on the pit lane, and so we're viewing from Pinpin right now, exiting turn 4, Aquatic on his bumper, and he just turns into him. And Pinpin gets sent all the way to the inside.
Oh, he did catch his bumper there.
Yeah, he did catch his bumper, just sends him into the wall, comes back up, and gives him one for it. That was a revenge body check right there. And I think Aquatic got the worst of it. Atta boy. Yeah. Helton's exiting the pits right now. And no yellow flag for that. So Pinpin's exiting the pits right now. His pit stop is going to take a bit longer to repair that damage. Marshall is just exiting the pits. In fact, I think it would be easier to go to my overview here. It looks like Sideswipe exiting the pits right now. Aquatic and Pinpin still in the pits. So that damage is going to cost them severely. And I believe everyone is out of the pits now. I'm going to look up the rankings here. In first place is Firestar Rocks after that round of pit stops. Currently showing me in first place is Firestar Rocks. In second place is TG. Right behind him. You can barely see him in frame there. In third place is Helton, 2 seconds behind. He's currently trying to pass Pinpin, who's in very much danger of... Oh, Pinpin is already a lap down right now. So if we're going to switch here to Helton, if Helton passes Pinpin here, Pinpin's going to be 2 laps down after being in second for a majority of the race after his altercation with Aquatic. Oh god, you hate to see it. Oh, I'm dumb. Thank you for clarifying me that. So, Pinpin is a lap down. Never mind. This isn't as intense as I made it out to be. But if Firestar Rocks, get in, friend. And TG is going to be barreling down on him and challenging for the lead of this race. I don't believe TG has led a lap yet. And for those... Oh, I just heard crashing. Who was that? Oh, God. Okay, I don't see anyone spun out, but I definitely heard someone scrape into the outside wall. Hard to hear Helton above the sound of the race. Okay, good to know. I guess I gotta turn you up, friend.
I didn't realize I was quiet either. I would have said
You're very loud in my ears. So there you go. Aquatic is now 3 laps down after the damage he sustained in his altercation with Pinpin. Beefy is 2 laps down in 13th. No one has retired from the race yet. And TG is looking to make a move on Firestar Rocks here in a couple more turns. We are currently on lap 94 of 125. We currently have a very close race between, I believe, that is the 21 of Alex Ridian and the 51 of Knight Rider Ace. Let's see if we can go to that real quick. Yeah, here they are here. So this battle is currently for 6th place. And meanwhile, our leaders have run into lap traffic. Firestar Rocks is desperately trying to get around Sideswipe as TG trails behind him. And there's Pinpin, the 24. Behind him, Helton, who's currently in 3rd place. Firestar Rocks, the car we're focusing on right now in that silver and orange PNC Bank Pontiac. TG in the Pontiac right behind him in 2nd place. Bumper to bumper here going into turn 4. Sorry, that was turn 2. I'm getting dizzy, man. Here's turn 4, and Pinpin has closed the distance. Knight Rider Ace is currently in the pits. And Poketer is also in the pits. So they'll be making a pit stop here. So we should expect the next big round of pit stops to be coming up here any moment. And that's been the big thing so far. We saw Poketer have the dominant car and then lose it all on a bad pit stop. Yeah. Sideswipe leading this group of cars here. I'm going to quickly investigate to see who else is in pit lane. So there's Poketer. And what a fall from grace, man. It's showing me Poketer is 1 lap down in 12th, but that makes sense. This is currently in the pits. And TG gets to the high side. That is not good for him as Pinpin. And Helton is going to go down, and Helton's probably going to take 2nd place off of this if TG can't salvage this somehow. And it looks like he will. So that was not for position. Pinpin is currently a lap down, TG in 2nd place, but the last thing TG wants right now is another car, is a car between him and the leader. And there's Poketer just ahead of him. I'll get out a picture-in-picture here. So this lead group of cars still has to pit. A lot of the other cars on the lap right now have already pitted. So we should see these blokes come in any lap now. Looks like they have a very high pit strategy selected if they're staying out for this long. A lot of people 1 lap and 2 laps down looking to get back in the cycle right now. It's showing me right now that Poketer is 3 laps down. Now a green flag pit stop, and finally Firestar Rocks goes underneath Sideswipe and everybody splits. The cars a lap down take the high side as they allow the leaders to go through. And while you see on the bottom there, that's Firestar Rocks in the 91, TG in the 27, and Helton in the 18 Nerds car. As they break away from the lap down cars, this is our fight for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. 2 Pontiacs and a Chevrolet.
You're going in the pits.
I'm going in the pits. TG's in the pits. Helton is still staying out. Firestar Rocks our leader in the pits, so Helton is going to pick up a lap lead stat here. This is going to be very difficult to keep track of. So we'll keep TG in the pits right now. We'll go back to Helton, who I believe is our race leader now, as he puts TG a lap down. And now Helton is going in the pits. So this pit cycle is going to be the one to watch right now. So Helton's filing in. We'll go to Firestar Rocks, who is still going around the pit lane right now and goes into the PNC Bank pit box. Here it is, your leader, Firestar Rocks 91, who was your leader before this pit cycle. TG is off. So TG needs to make up a lap before he exits. There's Helton there on the top screen pulling in. Firestar Rocks gets out. Will TG meet up with him at the pit exit? This is a pivotal moment right now. There's the start exit. Firestar Rocks on the back stretch. We'll go the wide cam on Firestar Rocks. We'll go back to Helton Insurance, who's just pulling out of his pit stall now. It looks like Firestar Rocks will continue to be your leader. Double check my notes here. It's saying number 7 is in the lead. Sideswipe, I believe, still has to pit. Sideswipe Bruce. Sideswipe Bruce and Marshall are all 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, like I said, I think they all still need to pit. Unless they've been playing us the long con the whole time. There's 100. We're on lap 116, so there's only 10 laps to go here. So we'll go to the number 7 of Sideswipe, who is dangerously close to Elite there on the right-hand side. Yeah, it's showing me that number 7 and Bruce. Yeah, let me swap here. So I believe Firestar Rocks was the winner off of Pit Road. Now here's the thing, that'd be an insane upset if Sideswipe wins on pit strategy. If he has to go into the pits right now, if he can make this on fuel, I'm going to eat my hat. Joining Firestar Rocks, and then Helton, and then TG 1 lap down. Pardon? Doesn't look like there's anybody. Oh, it was Marshall. Marshall's going into the pits. So yeah, all eyes. 4 laps to go here for Sideswipe, who just stole the whole thing. We haven't been paying attention to him at all. He was like a lap down for pretty much the whole race. He didn't qualify well. And if he won this whole thing on pit strategy, I won't believe it. It's just him and Bruce on the lead lap. Firestar Rocks in the 91 there on the right-hand side is still your the leader of the previous pit cycle. And it's all one long conga line. 2 laps to go. Sideswipe gets stranded high. I cannot believe what I'm watching. 2 to go. There it is, the white flag for Sideswipe. What is happening? He has enough fuel. Sideswipe is going to steal the whole race. Here he comes off of turn 4, and Sideswipe is your winner of the Bristol race. I can't believe it. What did I just watch? What? With the pit strategy of the century, in second place is Bruce. So Dodge is drinking tonight, dude. Oh my god. Surprising everybody. We didn't talk about Sideswipe. We didn't talk about Bruce all night long, and they just snuck in there with the pit strategy win. I don't believe it. Wow.
What a race.
They must have been on fumes.
Had to have been.
Had to have been on fumes. What the hell? And there you go, just like that, our Bristol race is over with a upset victory. I am exporting the results. So there you go, I didn't forget your official standings. In first place is Sideswipe with an average race speed of 106.5 miles an hour. Star Fox 230, 2.7 seconds behind. They are the only two cars on the lead lap. For everyone else, so yeah, that was a whole pit. Sideswipe and Star Fox completely gamed everybody, shaving off an entire pit strategy. Is shaving off an entire pit stop from this race compared to everyone else, and we weren't paying attention to it. In third place is Firestar Rocks. Fourth place, Health Insurance. Fifth place, TG. Support Gay Bees takes 6th. Elite takes 7th. Poketer, who was the favorite to win this race after qualifying on the pole, finishes 8th. 9th is Alex Ridian. 10th, after a very, very strong opener, it's going to be, unfortunately, Pin after an altercation with Aquatic. Marshall is in 11th place. Aquatic, tired a lap early, 2 laps down. His official position is in 12th. Beefy, 13th, 3 laps down. And Knight Rider Ace, unfortunately, in last, 3 laps down. Well then. And on that bombshell, I'm gonna thank everybody for watching this stock car role-playing game league race. And I have no words.
It was something else.
It really was something else. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and look at the schedule here coming up. This Discord's covering up the pinned things. Our next race is going to be at Darlington. The Egg. So, get ready for that chaos. It's an incredibly thin, incredibly fast track. So it'll see what everybody decides to put their points into, since I actually... Excuse me. I actually don't know what the winning formula is going to be for that race. So it'll see what... It's a 1.3 mile egg-shaped oval, and is known for being the Lady in Black, the Darlington stripe, and it's the track where you race the track before you race anyone else. It's just the track too tough to tame, blah blah blah, all that branding. So I hope to see you there next week, same time, Thursdays at 8 o'clock. The points will be updated very soon for all the league participants who wish to know immediately what's up. And for myself, TG, and Helton, thank you so much for helping me out on commentary. Have a great one.